And I just wanted to bring out a quick precept. Going to what you were bringing out earlier about the judgment. I just want to bring this out real quick because this correlates with what we were saying earlier in regards to the eyes, the blood, the fury, the vengeance, all being synonymous. It's Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. So that tells you right there, man, what the eyes represents that fury, that anger, that vengeance. It's coming, with flames of fire, man. Verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So proving Genesis 49, Isaiah 63, and also using Isaiah 66, as well as a plethora of other scriptures to prove and show that when he Isaiah the 47th chapter, when he comes back a second time, man, it's gonna be with all kind of vengeance, all kind of fury, all kind of anger. Matter of fact, let's go to
Hey, well, while you're getting there, because you're really cooking, and I just got to bring it out to tie it all together. Right now, what Swin is cooking with, by the way, you know how I mentioned earlier when you go to Revelation 16 and it says out of his mouth went a sharp two-edged sword, and the brother said it represents the word. That is true, but it also represents what you're talking about, that great destruction, because literally out of his mouth is going to come that fire. It also tells you that, I believe, in 2nd Ezra, the 14th or the 13th chapter, but you go ahead and get your precept. I'll pull up that one I was thinking of. That was it. That was
it. This is man, this is 2nd Ezra the 13th chapter.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13, and I'm gonna go ahead and start at verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever, and you can relate that to Revelation 1 and 7, going into them that pierced him. And of course it started with the nation of Israel. What I'm saying? Not acknowledging, recognizing the Savior, while they're on the earth right now. But as it says in Zechariah the 12th chapter as well, going into that same premise about what was it? Zechariah 12 and here we go. Zechariah 12 and 10. Yeah, Zechariah 12 and 10. I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and supplications, and they shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him as one mourneth for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him that is in the bitterness of his firstborn. So you tie in Zechariah 12 and 10, Revelation 1 and 7. That goes to him that pierced him, starting with the nation of Israel first and foremost, the ones that pierced Yahweh Shai. Of course, that's going into spiritually, because none of us actually pierced him physically. That's going into spiritually. The nation of Israel today, who doesn't acknowledge him, who has a false image of him, who doesn't regard him, who twists and bastardizes and manipulates his words in the scriptures. This is the third. You can link that up with 2nd Ezra 13 and 3, going into the people that were seen under him. You know what I'm saying? Basically when that time period comes, when that event happens, like we read earlier in Luke the 18th chapter, will he find faith on the earth? When that time period comes, because people have such a misconstrued notion of what the end times actually look like, they're gonna be so shocked that they just it's gonna be so many people just dropping dead. They're gonna turn their back on God. They're gonna say, you're gonna have people say, my God, why has thou forsaken me? you have people that say that, man. Especially some of these more ardent Christians. They're gonna try to quote, who they say is Jesus, man, when that time period comes. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna try to relate it to a spiritual crucifixion for them or some shit because they don't have a proper understanding of what the end times actually look like.
Yeah.